Awesome. All right, well, everyone watching, welcome to this video. There's a big movement in Australia with self-managed super funds being set up and people realizing they've got a bit of money there that they could potentially put into investments like crypto, whether it be Bitcoin mining or investing in coins or even, day trading. So, Natalia, I'll hand it over to yourself. Do you want to give a bit of an introduction of your self-managed super fund company you've set up and a bit about yourself as well?
Hi, William. Thank you very much for introduction. So my name is Natalia Clark, and I'm a director of Easy Super. I've been doing SMSFs for 22 years, and I'm a SMSF specialist, I'm a SMSF auditor, and I'm also a SMSF accountant. So we've seen increase in cryptocurrency in SMSFs, especially in the last couple of years. But we've been doing crypto in SMSFs since 2017. So we've been through two crypto cycles, and we've seen it all with my clients.
And a lot we've seen in that time, haven't we? So, yeah, similar timeline to mining, Store and Imperial Wealth. We've been around since the 2015 mining Bitcoin, but really got into it and what we were providing clients around the 2017 period too. So, tell us a little bit about self-managed super funds in the crypto space. Is it starting to become a lot more popular? Has it always been happening? And yeah, what should people know who wanted to obviously get into it and start setting up their own self-managed super fund?
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said, we started doing crypto in SMSFs in 2017. And in 2017, I would say there was more about buying crypto, trading crypto, trying to find the ideal coin, which will make 10x, 100x, 1000x. And the sentiments changed a lot. So in the last couple of years, we've seen more clients who want to buy and hold their crypto investments. They don't want to they don't want to swap, they don't want to sell, they don't want to trade, especially trade. They just want to store the value. And crypto became more like a value storing asset rather than asset which makes money instantly. So it's a more long-term investment rather than short-term trying to make quick buck type of investment.
Yeah, for sure. I think we've definitely seen that. And look, even how I've personally engaged in cryptocurrency, 2017, it was all speculation, there weren't
Yeah.
really too many altcoins in the market, but anything you were getting into, you were just speculating on the market. And, fast forward to today, we've got the biggest institutions in the world investing in crypto. There's a real rat race on, who can accumulate the most Bitcoin. ETFs are being launched and all the rest. So it's a completely different landscape as you're saying now. And has that seen, people being more willing to put cryptocurrency on their self-managed super fund?
Yeah, there are more and more people are interested in definitely learning about this opportunity. And even my conservative investors, which usually invest in or used to invest in property, shares, they switch to cryptocurrency. And again, without providing the financial advice here, crypto, of course, is highly volatile, highly risky investment. However, there are more and more people see it as an opportunity to increase and improve their return on their investments and diversify from, again, from the traditional assets to more alternative assets.
Yeah, for sure. And in terms of the clients that you've taken on board, I mean, I'm sure they're investing in multiple things with their self-managed super funds, but with the cryptocurrency space, do you tend to see people more just buying and holding? Do you see any day traders? Do you see any Bitcoin miners?
Yeah, or we used to see a lot of day traders, especially like I said in 2017. From 2017, I would say till 2023, we used to have a lot of day traders and the super funds. And to be honest, a lot of people lost money, and I can tell you because I've seen the financials. I know what's happening behind the scenes. So, and a lot of people lost of money, even like with bot trading. We've seen bot trading and where people lost money. However, it's changed since 2023, 2024, especially 2024, 2025. People more like buying and holding. And again, in terms of the variety of crypto exchange as well, so we used to have clients buying different coins, and some super funds would have 20, 30, 40 different coins in SMSF. Now we would see more like one, two, sometimes five coins.
Okay.
And I would say main coins, again, without naming the coins, you know what coins I'm talking about. And people hold, people just buy and hold. People don't try to make 10x in a year.
Yep.
They are happy with conservative return. And I'm talking conservative, it's conservative for crypto, because as we know, with cryptocurrency, a lot of people, at least this is what we are hearing from all these crypto gurus, that a lot of people making 10x, 20x, 30x. But again, with superannuation, you have to understand one thing, that superannuation is for your retirement. So, and if you're taking a risk and investing your superannuation into the cryptocurrency, which is already a high risk, high volatility investment, you should
Mm-hmm.
be conservative, at least within the space. Try to
Mm-hmm.
stay conservative. Again, without providing advice, it's just common sense.
No, I really appreciate where you're coming from. You know, there is a time and a place and a part of your investment portfolio that potentially you want to take more risk on. But at the end of the day, and as you say, not financial advice, but your self-managed super fund is, you know, it is there for your retirement, right? You know, you need it to kind of, when you retire, you need those funds to be available. So you don't want to be taking on too much risk there. And yeah, I tend to sense your drift on what you're saying. Most people are probably holding those Bitcoin, Ethereums on there. A lot of our clients go down the route of Bitcoin mining. They kind of look at it as, you know, it's a long-term passive. You know, they don't mind accumulating Bitcoin. They're not going to be disappointed by the time they retire with how much Bitcoin they've accumulated. So a lot of tax benefits on that side as well. But I'll keep asking a few more questions. You know, Natalia, tell us a little bit more about your business, your onboarding process for clients. How long does it take to get set up, and what different services do you have available for someone who hasn't got a self-managed super fund set up just yet?
Yeah, we provide a white glove solution for people who want to invest in different asset classes within their self-managed superannuation fund, and we provide a freedom of choice. And this is where I'm big on. I'm big on the freedom. So whatever is allowed under current superannuation legislation, I'm assisting people, and I'm assisting and educating people to invest in these asset classes, including cryptocurrency and the projects like yours, for example. With the white glove solution, so we provide the full service support from the start. When someone says, Natalia, I want to set up a self-managed superannuation fund, until they have their superannuation in their SMSF's bank account ready to invest. We don't provide the investment advice. We don't tell people where to invest, but we tell people how, and we are big on education. So during the process, we educate the trustees about what they can do in SMSF, how they can do it, what they should never be doing, and how to stay compliant in SMSF. So basically, this setup allows people to invest in different asset classes, including cryptocurrency, with the confidence. They know they can sleep at night. They know they are doing the right things. And because SMSF is for a long time, it's not for 1 or 2 years. It's forever, basically. A lot of people have their SMSFs until their 80s or even 90s. So it means you need to understand the rules. You need to understand what you can do. And this is what we provide, the type of service. We also have another arms to our service, which is more like a digital solution for SMSF establishment. This is for people who want just to set up SMSF. They've got the information, they understand how SMSF works, and they just want to go and set up the physical trust, and we assist them with that type of service as well. But again, we are big on education, so we hold the regular webinars, workshops, and we provide educational videos as well. So because I believe that knowledge is power, and again, this is what we are big on with our businesses.
Yeah, and we definitely align on that side, Natalia. It's a big reason why I wanted to set up this interview and do a partnership with yourself because, education is the most important thing, especially when it comes to investing. So, correct me if I'm wrong, someone that comes to yourself that doesn't have a self-managed super fund set up, they kind of have the choice, right? Do they want the full suite package where you do everything for them? Or do they want to go to maybe more of an entry level package, I guess, but they're going to be responsible for doing a bit more and you can provide them the education. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So some people they wanna more personalized advice, more advice for their particular circumstances, and this is where we set up SMSF with the statement of advice because SMSF is a financial product. So it means whoever talks about SMSF and advises people on SMSF, they have to hold a financial license. And we have another arm to our business, which is a separate business entity. However, we assist clients who want to do a little bit more like digital type of service where we set up SMSF for them, but it's execution only style. So there is no someone on a Zoom or face to face on a phone with them. However, we do provide the education after they set up SMSF, and again without providing the personal advice.
Gotcha. And just a final question on the service and the type of clients that you tend to see coming over. Is it common that you see more people just going the full suite? Do you see a lot of people coming in with that entry level, but a little bit more responsibility? And do you see people starting on the entry level, but then going over to the full suite a lot? How do things usually play out for your clients on that side?
Usually people start with, to be honest, like a lot of people prefer us to hold their hand and to educate on their SMSF. So a lot of people prefer this personalized style of our service.
Hmm.
So, however, there are type of people, and I would say actually it's more age related because we see younger people tend to be more like, oh, I can do it myself. I'm not interested. I'm too busy. I'm smart. I've watched like a couple of videos, whatever. But doesn't matter which service you choose, we still will provide you with education at a later stage. So, like I said, like the more established people, they prefer the full service, white glove service, and people who are younger, probably with lower balances, they prefer to save couple thousand and set it up themselves. So basically using the
Yeah.
digital solution. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think something we spoke about, before the video started was, there is that option obviously to cross back over. If you start on you're doing it on your own and you're like, look, I can't handle this, you can always go onto your
Sure.
full suite product. Is that right? So,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
that's good. And as you say, some people, if they want to save a couple bobs and, they feel like they're relatively savvy and can do some things, they can start there and then go over. For someone like myself, I would prefer to go the full service. I don't want to spend my time kind of doing all that other stuff, and I want to make sure it's all done properly. I believe a big part of it is the auditing. Is that right? Do you want to talk a little bit about auditing and the importance of getting things right?
Yeah, absolutely. So the audit is a big part of SMSF compliance because SMSFs, they have to be audited every year. And being SMSF auditor myself, I know all the ins and outs of SMSF audit. And I know
Hmm.
what the auditor is after when they audit their self-managed superannuation fund, especially with cryptocurrency, because it is quite a complex asset. It is a new asset. And a lot of auditors, they don't fully understand this asset class, and a lot of auditors tend to be conservative just in general. Therefore, they are auditors, I guess. It's a personality as well, and they tend to consider crypto is a very risky asset, and they tend to actually double, triple check and make sure they follow the auditor standards. So knowing the auditor standards helps me to assist the clients to provide the full set of documents, to provide all the evidence to the auditors. So the auditors are happy with our evidence. The auditors are happy with our documents we provide for our clients, and therefore our clients usually don't have qualified or audit reports.
Okay. That's very well explained. And yeah, great, for listeners to know that you've been on that side of the auditing before, so you know what is required and, very educated on that side and can provide that education to your clients as well. So I actually didn't know about that about yourself, Natalia, but that's very
Right.
good to hear.
Yeah, that's right. So I wear three different hats. I'm a SMSF auditor, SMSF advisor, and SMSF accountant, and SMSF specialist as well. So yeah.
That's awesome. And I suppose before I'll hand it over to yourself, if you've got any questions based on what we do as a business, for maybe potentially your clients that are listening, but just in terms of that process from day one of a client reaching out, if my mining clients or my trading clients are reaching out to you, how do things look like? What's the timelines and what's the basic price points of getting everything set up?
Yeah, it is a process, so don't expect that your SMSF will be set up in a couple of hours because sometimes I have a clients, they reach out to me, oh, when my SMSF is going to be established? I want to invest tomorrow.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it is a process and there are different bodies involved, such as the ATO, for example, such as a superannuation fund, where we need to roll over money from. So we do need to allow between 2 and 3 weeks. And I'm talking about, like, again, from the point in time when you say, I want to set up a SMSF until you have superannuation in your SMSF's bank account. So between 2 and 5 weeks, it depends obviously on a few other factors. However, allow at least 2 weeks for SMSF to be established.
Yeah, awesome. And do you have a basic pricing guide of the cost to get set up, what your white glove service looks like?
Yeah, so for white glove service, we have 5,500, 5,000 plus GST. It's a full service solution. And we have a special for, money in store clients. We have 4,400 as a special for your clients or whoever is listening this podcast. And we also have, like I said, another arm, which is a digital solution. It's a
Hmm.
2,200. And again, we have a special of 1,800 plus GST for that service.
Yeah, awesome, Talia, and appreciate the discount for our clients. So, well, I'll hand it over to yourself, Natalia. Do you have any questions for me, either on the Imperial Wealth crypto side or the mining store side? Anything that you want to understand about, our business and the service that we offer?
Yeah, absolutely. I do have a lot of questions because I know what my clients, potential clients or my current clients, they are after. So I just wanted to understand a little bit more about what's the minimum investment requirement and how long does it take to set it all up?
Yeah, great question. So I think when it comes to investing, we're very careful with, who we take on as clients as well. I don't want people signing up who haven't got the capital to invest to then make money on the service. Of course, we are a business, and so there is a cost to our service, and we want to take on people who are going to benefit from that. So on the Imperial Wealth crypto side, if you're kind of looking to get either you're already in crypto and you just want more strategy or more analytics on new projects that are coming up and how we're seeing the altcoin market playing out, where we're up to in the cycle, are we risk on, we risk off, getting access to our entire portfolio. I would recommend a minimum investment of at least $5,000, and with the openness to add to that portfolio over time. Okay. So that's kind of the minimum investment on the Imperial Wealth investing and trading side of things. And we progress you through from, getting exposure to the altcoin market, making sure that you've got some Bitcoin, you've got some Ethereum, you've got some other layer ones and layer twos like Solana. And, if there's premium meme coins that pop up, we may recommend those at times as well. Okay. AI projects, the list goes on. So we kind of run that diversified portfolio for our clients. And as I said, the minimum investment would be around the 5,000. Looking on the mining side of things, the minimum investment is closer to the $10,000 mark, and that's like an entry level. That'll get you one miner and leave you enough money to pay your power bills for the first year. So that's more on the mining side, but we do tend to see, higher net worth clients really taking advantage of the mining side. Clients putting in at least 50 to 100,000. Just last month, we had our biggest order. A client put $4.5 million into Bitcoin
Wow.
miners. So the beautiful thing about mining store is it's very scalable as well. But similar to yourself, Natalia, I like people to start off small, understand how everything works, get comfortable with it, see the Bitcoin land in their wallet in the case of mining, and then they can scale out from there.
Okay, so how long does it take to set it all up?
So on the trading side, within 24 hours, really,
Okay.
the first thing I do and what my team of experts will do, will just assess, have you invested in crypto before? Is this your entry into it? What's your knowledge base like? If you're on the greener level, this is the first time you're doing things, we really focus on showing you the exchanges, the wallets, the different platforms that we use for tax recording and transactions and things like that. So just getting you, set up with the fundamentals to actually start investing into crypto. But straight away, you get access to our portfolio in day one. You get access to all our educational content, and really you take it at your pace. Someone that's brand new to crypto, we tend to see probably purchasing their first coins in the first week or two. But everything starts from day one. You have access to everything from day one. Someone who's already in cryptocurrency and they're really just looking for better quality of information and access to real strategy, these clients will tend to jump on the first night that they kind of get access to service, and they're already looking through everything and starting to shift things around based on the service we're providing. So that's the time frame on the Imperial Wealth side. On the mining store side, you're usually looking at about 1 to 4 weeks from after you do your consultation with one of our experts. Taylor's our head of mining. So after doing that consultation and deciding, yep, this is for me, I want to buy 1, 2, 3 miners, whatever it is you want to start with, you will pay your invoice, and we need to then have your miner shipped to our hosting facility. So we acquire the miner for you, and it takes around 1 to 4 weeks, just depending on lead times and things like that. Supply chain, you know how it is. So yeah, around 4 weeks before your miner goes online on the mining side.
Okay, that's interesting. And how much does it cost to set up like mining, or even with your education? What is the cost for educational side?
Yeah, so on the educational side, our packages start at around $1,800 per year. So that's kind of like your entry level. To be honest, I feel like, people who can't warrant spending, $1,800 on 12 months worth of access to portfolio strategy and analytics, all the rest of it, it's probably not suited the service for them anyway. So that's our entry level on the trading side. On the mining side, you're looking at more like an $8,000 minimum investment to get your first Bitcoin miner set up. And of course, we have different varies of services that you can get into, but pretty much everyone I start on, and this is talking about the Imperial Wealth crypto side, the trading side, pretty much everyone I start on that $1,800 package. That's honestly the right service for 90% of people in the cryptocurrency market. And then we have more advanced things if you want to get into DeFi and starting earning interest and yield on your portfolio. If you want to get into more advanced trading, doing leverage, getting the swing highs and swing lows. We can take you and progress you through those stages. But most of our clients sit on that around that $1,800 package.
All right. And would you say that the different type of like investors choose like some type of investors, they choose mining business, and some type of investors choose maybe more trading educational business?
Yeah, great question. I would say the mining side tends to be, on an age demographic more suited to people their 30s to 60s. They've got a bit of capital behind them. They tend to want investments that are very passive. They've got family and things like that they're spending their time with. They don't want to be overly staring at the charts every day and getting too much into the weeds of it. They just see Bitcoin as a big opportunity, one of the fastest growing assets, and they want to know they're passively accumulating it every day. Obviously, the capital entry is a little bit higher as well, so that tends to be more suitable for that type of client. And then the trading side of the business is really suited to anyone. I wouldn't really say there's a specific person that's suited. It could be a uni student that's trying to get ahead, and they want to have the right support, education, strategy behind them. They've never invested before, and it's a whole new world. all the way up to a CEO of a company who can just see the value in, following what experts are doing, and not having to, watch what's coming out tomorrow and, keeping up with the day-to-days of the cryptocurrency market, which is fast paced. They just want to see our portfolio, have someone that they can rely on when they're making decisions, and someone to trust. So yeah, the trading side suited to anyone really.
Okay. And what is the return on an investment?
Great question. So obviously markets really dictate that. In terms of, I can give our past results and how we've
Yeah.
seen returns in terms of the past, but that's never indicative of the future. In the previous bull market, we did about 700 to 800% return on investment. We're actually still holding some of the coins that we invested in back in the previous market. That's why I give a range of 7 to 800. Right now, I think, if you're in the cryptocurrency game, you're probably aware that the altcoin market hasn't been as strong this time around. It's really been those premium coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum that have dominated the space. However, we have had really good success in the few altcoins that we have gone into. Recently, in December, we invested into a project called Hyperliquid. We were watching that for about 6 months before it even released on the market. The day that it released on the market, we recommended it to clients at about $7 to $9, or we put it on our portfolio, and that's trading between $45 to $50 now. So, quite a handsome return on investment on that project. And then just on Friday, the other day, and this is why I was actually a little bit late to our video session here, Natalia, but we invested into another project and it's done 400% over the 3 or 4 days. So,
Oh, wow.
you know, honestly, for myself, I can't even watch the market. We've got a team of 35 of us that are managing this portfolio now. So that's the value in what you're getting. You're getting access to exactly what we're doing on our portfolio, and saving yourself so much time. So I would have missed both of those opportunities if it wasn't for the team. But yeah, that's what you pay for.
All right. So you didn't miss out on opportunities, right?
Definitely. If I did, I'd be in big trouble.
Ah, that's good. What about on a mining store? So what is the return? How much is the return on an investment?
Yeah, good question. So it's a little bit harder to calculate return on investment on the mining side because it really depends when you sell the Bitcoin that you've mined. So you obviously
Mm.
are setting up the miner, it's around an $8,000 purchase. Then you got to pay your power bills around through the whole year. It's around $3,500 worth of power bills that you're paying. On average, we're seeing about 4 to 5% of a Bitcoin is how much Bitcoin you're mining per year. Okay. Now, if you sell that on the day that you mine it, that's not the best way to invest. The same as you don't go buy Bitcoin today and sell it tomorrow as a long-term investor.
Yeah.
Okay. So it really depends when you sell that Bitcoin. And the easiest way of looking at it is the miner that you purchase should last 3, 4, potentially even 5 years, that you can keep it online and profitably mine Bitcoin on it. Okay. So usually we recommend to clients of if they're doing projections, what price do you think Bitcoin is going to be at in that 3, 4, 5 year time when you potentially look to sell it or when the life of the miner has finished? And you can do your calculations on that. We have a calculator available on our website
Okay.
where you can put in the price that you think that you'll be selling at, and it will tell you kind of an annualized return. And we also have some charts available, which potentially I can add to this video right now, that actually show what it looks like to buy Bitcoin today, as opposed to buy a Bitcoin miner, and which investment performs better over the 5 year period. Okay, so the return on investment is hard to calculate, but backdating it after you sell it in 3, 4, 5 years times, usually we're seeing the return on investment on the miner in the first year and then kind of profitable after that.
All right. Thank you for that. And what about from the auditor's perspective, from the SMSF auditor's perspective, what kind of evidence you can provide at 30th of June every year to confirm the existence of the equipment?
Yeah, very good question. So I'll explain a little bit about how the infrastructure of setting up a Bitcoin miner works, and then I'll also explain how you work with your tax auditor, whether you're doing it on a personal side or self-managed super fund side. So basically how it works is you purchase a Bitcoin miner, and that miner is sent to our hosting facility. Now, that miner is then connected to what we call a mining pool, okay? Now, on that mining pool, you can see like a digital record saying it's online, it's hashing. You can see today it's at 200 terahashes and it's live and online. So that would be the proof to your auditor that I've still got that machine, it's still online, I haven't gone and sold it and whatever it might be, or it's lost or broken, whatever it is definitely online and it's provable through that pool. Okay. Now, in terms of when it comes to mining on a self-managed super fund, I understand that you need to provide the auditor the wallet address that you're receiving that Bitcoin to. Okay. So we usually get our clients to set up, whether it be a cold storage wallet or you set up something like an Exodus wallet, which is a software-based wallet. You would provide that wallet address to your auditor and you can see every month the Bitcoin landing in, the price that that Bitcoin landed it in, and how much in total you've accumulated. Okay.
Okay, that's very good. That's really, really good. So, I'm pretty sure your auditors, your clients' auditors are very happy with your information you provide to them. I have probably the last question. So, in terms of, say, for example, if I'm new to cryptocurrency, I've heard about crypto, I thought about crypto, and I decide, okay, I want to start doing something about it, making more money than my current superannuation fund. I go and I set up SMSF, and then I come to you and say, okay, so where do I start? Where should I start? Again, without providing the investment advice, what would be your recommendation for a really, really new to cryptocurrency investor?
Yeah, really good question. I think someone that comes across that already has a self-managed super fund set up, they're more than likely have a decent amount of capital behind them. And so for these types of clients, probably a mix of mining and investing is honestly the best option. We call it our holistic approach to investing. So, if someone that's been in crypto for 10 years, I've had a natural journey of I started off in Bitcoin mining. I then got into altcoin investing. I then got into DeFi where I'm earning yield and interest on my positions. And throughout that process, the end goal for me is to own as many Bitcoin miners as possible. So I do that by, obviously adding to the Bitcoin miners, but profit that I get through my investing, I use to purchase more miners or pay my power bills. Okay. So to answer your question, Natalia, it's really what the client feels comfortable. We do a full educational, interview style over the phone. We get to understand, how much you know about crypto, what you're comfortable with. Most clients will either start with, say, one Bitcoin miner, or if Bitcoin mining is not for them or they don't have that capital available, they'll start on the trading side or we prefer to really call it the investing side. And really, they can use the information that we're providing them to just dollar cost average into Bitcoin at the best times. Unfortunately, when there's conflicts in the world, Iran-Israel conflicts or whatever it might be, and the market whipsaws down, that tends to be an opportunity for people to buy into Bitcoin. And we're always updating our clients on these events as well. So it's really up to you how you use the service. But to answer your question, most clients will probably start off on that trading investing side. And then once they've generated a bit of capital, they'll go into the mining. Or if they've already got the capital and they have no interest in watching the markets, they'll just simply, buy the Bitcoin miners and let it all do the work in the back end for them.
Yeah, it is a very good explanation. I guess there is no rush, all right? So people can start with education. The first thing, everyone needs to understand what they are doing. So before jumping into doing anything, and this is, I guess, a good start to start with the education and then slowly introduce yourself to trading. And like I said, like maybe move to mining, especially for people who are busy and have families, have careers, and don't have time to actively invest or actively trade with their crypto. I think, like this is a very good overview of both of your businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, I can see that there are a lot of people can find diversity, I guess, in terms of how they can diversify their cryptocurrency exposure. And I think your company or two companies can definitely assist their clients with that.
No, I
So,
appreciate it. And yeah, I think like the main thing you'll see is everyone's different. And that's why before anyone joins, whether it be Mining Store or Imperial Wealth, it all starts with a consultation. Whether you're speaking to myself or one of my team members, you're in very good hands, and we're very honest with people. If it doesn't seem like, you have the right capital or this is going to be beneficial to you, we'll tell you straight away. Or if based on what you're telling us, you will really benefit from our services, we'll get you integrated. The other point that I'll make there, Natalia, is I strongly believe in education, like you say, but I also think there's a fine line between something like a uni degree that someone goes and does and, 2, 3 years, and they're not even guaranteed a job and there's no kind of income generating along the way. We have a different philosophy where from day one, we can get you set up to start investing if you're ready to. So we're very big on education, but also very big on the mindset that you're getting in this to make money so you can start investing alongside with it. But yeah, thanks so much. Really good questions as well. I feel like it allowed me
yeah,
to explain the service quite well.
that's good. Yeah, because I wanted to know, like I wanted to understand myself first before I can start explaining it to my clients.
Spot on. No, I
Yeah.
really appreciate it. Well, I reckon that's a pretty good like a wrap up there. Any final notes that you have on your end, Talia? I'm really excited. I know we're going to the F1 over in Singapore
I
together.
know. I
So I
know.
can't wait with that, and we'll be part of the OKX team over there. So looking
Yes,
forward to even getting to know you better on that side.
absolutely. Yeah,
But anything you want
absolutely.
to finish up on? Any final message
Um,
to my clients, or anything you want to tap on before we finish up?
I think, like it's all about, like synergy, and it's all about complementing each other's services, and making sure that, again, we do provide the options to our clients, and we do provide education, and we do provide freedom, I guess, of choice. That's the most important part. And if we can assist each other, that's great. And if we can assist our clients, that's even better.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting to know your clients better,
Yeah,
seeing if we can help them, and vice versa, having my clients reach out to yourself and, get into the self-managed super fund side. It's a lot of money that people probably just have sitting there and
I
aren't really
know.
on top of properly. So, on that note, we'll finish it up there, Natalia, and thanks so much for your time, and looking forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you, William. Thank you very much. So talk to you soon.
See you later.
See ya.